Man United 2, Crystal Palace 1. What a good win. A very timely win because we needed to take advantage of the opportunity that has been presented to us. Aston Villa lost to Wolves on Friday, and this was a very big opportunity for Man United to go into that, and they just did exactly that. That first half, we made hard work of it. We let Lacroix score from a lack of concentration. Loyoro was marking Lacroix, but gave him just a few seconds and Lacroix was able to head the ball in. There's nothing Lamens could have done about it. It was a very good goal. From there on, we weren't having that intensity. That is one thing that was worrying. The last three games, we have not had that intensity. I don't know if the lack of training, the lack of intensity in training is starting to manifest itself because there have been reports that the players are training less even though they are being trained with a high intensity, but they are training less. And when these players train less, some of them, they don't have that intensity that you'd expect. So I think that's something that needs to be looked at. We need to find a way to also pick up the intensity because in that first half, we really weren't up for the game, especially considering Palace played on Thursday and they look to be the better team than us. Then it's something that needs to be addressed. So in other aspects of the game, the second half came on and Palace got a red card. Cunha just was pulled down by Lacroix, the same player who scored the Palace goal. But he pulled him down in the box. It was a penalty, and if it was a penalty, then you'd expect it was a red card because the player made no attempt to play the goal. So VR made the right decision, in my opinion. They went to to send the referee to the monitor. The referee looked at the foul and one look at the foul, and he knew it was a red card. So from there on, we had a better game, as you can see. We had an expected goals of 2.12. We had 20 total shots. 11 shots were on target. So we peppered them from there onwards, and you could tell that also they would have gotten tired by around the 60th minute, just like we had discussed in the preview. Playing 2 games a week, it's going to take a toll on them. So this was a timely win. In other aspects of the game, as you can see, we had 15 chances created. We've already said we have 11 shots on target. There were 4 shots of target. Most of our shots were on target today, so we didn't really shoot from impossible distances. We had 5 blocked shots, touches in the opposition box. We had 32. So generally, if you look at it, we dominated that second half. Obviously, the red card helped our cause. But all in all, you just have to do your job. It's not always that a team that has a red card loses the game. We have had experience of that this season when we lost to Everton, despite them having a red card since the 9th minute. So you still have to take your chances, and we did take our chances in this game. That is something good. As you see, the table looks good. We are back into third. We are into third. The last time I think we were in third was May 2023. So it's been a long time coming, and we are just going up and up. And this was a very important game to win because in the next game that's coming up, Chelsea play Arsenal, and Chelsea is one of the teams that we are going to be competing with for the Champions League position. So if that game goes our way, then we can have 6 points over Chelsea, and if you have 6 points ahead of Chelsea, that can be a good cushion to play with the rest of the games. There are just only 10 games remaining, and we have 6 points over them. We can be able to take it over the line. It's very important we have Champions League this season because it changes our budget completely. If you realize the Champions League gives you at least 100 million pounds, and you have 100 million pounds, that even changes the kind of signings we can make. The signings, like we now can shop in the same bracket like the likes of Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. You really remember last season, most of the signings that we made are signings that probably decided to go. We went for the same signings, but they preferred to go to Champions League teams, which in the end worked out in our favor. A player like Delaf would have been playing for Man United right now, but he decided to go to Chelsea. Gyökeres would also be playing for Man United if we had Champions League. He decided to go to Arsenal. So the fact that they went that way, it changed. But I think with better recruitment this time, we might be able to go for the pool of players like Elliot Anderson, Baliba, who else? I think Tonali. Players who want to go to teams because of Champions League football, or the players like Stiller. I think we can be more convincing. Not that we can't convince them without Champions League because we signed very good players in terms of players like Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko, you could see their impact today, especially Sesko, whether he starts on the bench or he starts the game. He can also score. He showed that he's a threat, whether from the box or whether starting, and this is a very good game for him. He wasn't impressed to be taken off after scoring, but I think he needs to be managed. His minutes need to be managed, and he needs to have a game against Newcastle. Hopefully, the way I saw that game, Newcastle have a high intensity. I think Newcastle will have to start Ahmad. This is the kind of game where they won't sit back, and when you have teams that don't sit back, you need players like Ahmad, Mbeumo, and Cunha who are fluid on the top and who can be able to put in a higher intensity because I think Ahmad's overall game is slept on. The people don't realize how good he is in terms of the ball play. He recovers a lot of balls, he presses, he's always a nuisance, and we need that. So it's going to be an interesting headache for Michael Carrick, but whatever he decides, we know we have to support the team. We have to understand that this team needs to keep winning. This team can, whoever starts, whether it's Sesko, whether it's Ahmad, you also have to support the team. Generally, it was a good game. We made sure we won. That is the important thing. You might not always win 2-3 nil in most games. Sometimes that one goal margin is important to get you over the line, and that's what you have to keep doing. Unfortunately, we had injuries to Luke Shaw. That was not good because if it's a major injury, then we don't have other substitute fullbacks because right now Mazraoui and Dalot are starting, and if Mazraoui and Dalot are starting, anything happens to the two, then we are in trouble. So hopefully Sesko, it was just a precaution for sure, and he can play in the next game. We also have Maguire who came off, but he came off as a precaution. I think we are playing too many games, and he doesn't need to complete the game. We also need to give game time to players like Heaven, and we also have a quick turnaround to the next game. So hopefully we can keep the players fit and they can keep winning. And if we can keep winning, then that Champions League spot will be guaranteed. So let's see what the next game comes up. I'm going to be making a preview of the Newcastle game. So within I think today, tomorrow, one of these days, I'll make that preview and hopefully bring you other news as it comes along. So subscribe, like, comment, share your opinion, and let's continue growing this channel. Thank you.